So,
Hi.
thank you so much and congratulations for being the part of this journey, part of our fitness journey. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Thank you. Hi. And firstly, I would like to congratulate Business World and Right Shift for coming up this kind of IP and wherein Right Shift appreciating 40 fitness leaders CXOs. So myself, my name is Jay Daga. I work as a Chief Technology Officer with SIES Group, where we've got a lot of institutions, right from schools to colleges to pharma, PGDM, engineering across our board. And I lead the technology and the complete stack for them.
Lovely. So, as a professional leader, managing such a high pressure and risk, how do you integrate wellness into your daily routine?
Okay. So as you said about the pressure and about jobs and thing, so we manage everything through the calendars whole day. Same way I treat wellness as a calendar invite for me. The way you can't keep a leadership meeting or a board meeting, it's there. The same way I treat wellness and fitness as my calendar invite. Daily morning, no matter what, the rest of things can change, but my fitness or the routine should not be disturbed. I take it as a more of a if you can't find time for fitness or wellness, you will have to find time for illness, and I do that. And as you said, there are a lot of things when you have a do fitness, you have a lot of me time. So you might have a bad day earlier, and evening kind of you might be having a really very nervous or maybe very lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. But when you go to sleep and you know that morning gonna wake up and go for a run or a walk or a swim or something like that, you kind of try to find out a solution out of it. That gives the best way to work on it.
Correct. Was there any turning point in your life when you realized the importance of fitness and well-being?
Yeah, sure. So while I was not an obese kind of a person throughout, but my father passed away when he was 43. I was just 15, and he passed away with cardiac. So in my 30s, when I or maybe late 30s, whenever I used to do any kind of a blood medical checkup and those things, my cholesterol used to be very high. It was more of a danger sign, and it's not that I was having a lot of lot of junk food. And then I spoke to a few doctors and of friends, and then I was told that okay, because it's genetically there, you also have a risk of getting into this kind of a cardiovascular issues and those kind of stuff. It's not necessary. And then I realized and I was taking medicines, at least 2 medicines a day for only to control that. And someday when there was an initiative from our at that time with Viacom meeting wherein you can enroll for a marathon, somehow it clicked me. Let me try it out. What's gonna be there? And I got into it. I started with marathons and those things. Did a lot of marathons, ultra marathons. And trust me, for last almost 7 years, I have not taken that single medicine for 7 years. So that was a turning point where I realized that how fitness and wellness can, I mean, not only bring a lot of change in you, but also can give away with a lot of issues which you feel you are having your body and your mind is having. So that was a turning point wherein I said that I will not give it up no matter what. I'll keep on trying this. I'll keep on doing this, but I will not give it up, and I don't want to go to those medicines again in my life, and neither any future medicines when I grow older. Yeah.
So, how has your definition how has your definition of success evolved after the age of 40?
So in my 30s, I used to think that success is all about pacing, just running after everything and trying to accelerate everything what we are doing, whether it was work, whether it was financial thing, whether it was family, whatever it was, that it was all fast paced. Then when I got into this fitness, and I realized and especially in 40s, I realized that I need to put up some white spaces between this kind of stuff. You can't be just running around whole day and doing these things. You need to have and being in Mumbai, you know, the kind of local train and thing that the timing you have. So that's where you have to do that. So in 40s, and I realized that, okay, you need to slow it down a bit. You need to add white spaces wherein you can find time for your hobbies, for your fitness journey, for something which you like to do. Also, success, earlier it used to be like big goals only, then it was successful in 30s. In 40s, I realized that not all big goals are a success. You might have a small wins, which you need to celebrate also with your colleagues, with your team, with your organization, a lot of things. And once you start doing that, that was one of the success which I realized. Also, the other thing which I realized, it's in 40s and especially getting into this, is it's not about only titles and accolades and perks. It's not just that. After a certain point, it's the way people introduce you, the way people talk about you, that also matters. So like today, if someone introduces me to in my networking group, the first thing they will say that he's a CTO with SIES, but the very next thing they will say, he's an ultra marathon runner, he's a triathlete, he's just trying to get into Ironman and those kind of stuff, and they will keep talking about it. So that changed the way the people look at you, and I feel that's one of the success which is there. As they say in terms of especially after 40s, that it's not just about abs, it's about attitude. That's a success for me. And I was just listening to Anurag Batra sir in the opening session, and he said that you have basically everyone has to get into 3H, which is humility, hard work, and hope. And I think that is one of the key definition of what success is. While obviously financial, professional goals add to it, no doubt about it. I think that's where I feel success to me. And if you are able to make an impact with your journey, which I am doing it with a lot of my friends, and I will be doing it very soon with big thing, I guess that's the success for me.
Totally agreeing on that point. So the 3H is very important when it is all about success.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So one the fitness mantra or the tip you want to give to a younger professional which you encountered at very early of your age.
Uh, Being a runner and those swimmer thing, I think one of the mantra which I can give to these people is fitness is not just, it's not a sprint. Treat it as like a marathon. You can't have it overnight, the way fitness, whether you want to do gym, whether you're into yoga, Zumba, whatever you are comfortable with. But don't treat it as a sprint, because I've seen a lot of younger professionals get into it, but then they get burnout also very soon. And because you do a lot of things, you get burnout. So I guess for me, for the mantra I would like to give is, maybe if you want to start now. It's okay, you want to start slow, but please bring in consistency to it, add a lot of variations to it. And the most important is, try to find like-minded people who can be a part of it. Because alone, it's gonna be very tough, because we have times where you kind of very nervous at days, or then once you skip it, you are kind of might skip the whole thing. And last but not the least, in that case is, you should have a guilt factor when you get into it, wherein you have been doing it for say 15 days to 1 month, and you will along with a group and your friends, and all of a sudden stop for any reason. It could be personal reason, professional reason, financial, or a health reason. Don't give it up. When you have that guilt, now that okay, why am I stopping this? I think that will be the case. And the we know everyone gets the way the digital media is going. Fitness gives a lot of detox into that. The digital detox, nothing else can be there. So that's the reason when I go for run, and when we go for run, and they will always advise, don't use any kind of a music all day, because it's a complete detox. You talking to yourself or with friends during that time. I think that's gonna be that's what these younger professionals need a lot. Kind of a detox for some time, maybe 20 minutes in a day. That's gonna help.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Okay. One advice you would like to share to our younger professional, those who say they don't have time for fitness?
I would say, if you don't have time, that means either you've got other priorities which are the scheduling as in the calendar or planning into to-do list. I think the first thing you should do if your calendar in that is, okay, no matter what, 30 minutes at least I will give to this. See, time is again, it's a more of a attitude which you have, less of abs you want to build. For younger professionals, because they always want to get into six packs and abs and those things. So even if you want to do that, you'll have to create that attitude to give time to that. Yes, there are ways wherein you hang out a lot, you go into late night and this, but once you start into it, automatically your cycle will get into it. Put it as a calendar invite, make it as a strategic investment in yourself. The way you invest financially or maybe professionally, make it as a strategic investment in yourself, and they can really scale. And the best part with the younger generation I see is that once they really get into it, they really go big guns. Mentally also they are far stronger, but at the same time they get diverted a lot. And we saw the yesterday's match, the World Cup match, wherein it was not just about fitness, it was a lot of mental preparedness as well as the kind of endurance being. So they need to think about endurance and not just kind of a sprint.
Outside, sir, thank you so much. That was very much wonderful. And younger professional, stop wasting your time with the social medias and everything. You can focus on detoxing your digital life as well. Just for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, you can do that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. That was
Thank
very
you.
much
Thank you
fun.
very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.